What's going on, gang? Welcome back to another episode of Sneaker Huddle. I'm your host, JR Dunlap, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the 10 only ways to verify a pair of Travis Scott Jordan 1s. There are tons of videos out there on the internet, and I have watched every single one of them. I've taken the best of the best information and I'm putting it all in this video today. So after you watch this video today, there is no point to ever click on another Travis Scott real versus fake ever again, because you're gonna know whether you have a fake pair or a real pair in today's video. If you haven't, please do hit that subscribe button to stay 100% up to date with all hype sneaker releases here at Sneaker Huddle. And with that out of the way, guys, let's verify these Travis Scott Jordan 1s.
Ride it, rip my folks, hell yeah, boy, we G'd up, feeling like a million, knowing the level you can't read.
There are 10 steps to verifying your Travis Scott Jordan 1s, and the first one that we're going to be talking about today starts off with the box, of course. The price tag, suggested retail, USD 175. The USD could vary depending on the particular country to which you pick these up in, but the tab should slightly bend back just a little bit. If the tab is not there, it doesn't mean that the pair is fake. As you can see, it can come off, but it is a good sign if the tab is still there. Now, when you take the lid off of this box, the inner part of the lid is red, but you should have a red stamp just below the Nike swoosh that we see here. It's really difficult to see. It does say BO101173N. You should have that stamp right below the Nike swoosh there, which is very difficult to see. You can kind of see it from the light there. Well, you can kind of see it there. There we go. But you should have that on your pair if you do have an authentic box. Now, if it's not there, once again, it doesn't mean that it is not authentic. It's just a lot of the pairs did have that stamp depending on where they came from. I don't know if this pair came from Nike sneakers, came from Undefeated. I have no idea. I just know that a lot of the pairs did have that stamp on the inner part of the box lid. So with the box out of the way now, for steps 1 and 2, we're gonna move on to the sneakers. And the sneakers are a lot more important than the box, because the box can have inconsistencies with the label and the stamp. There's really no way to tell it, but if you do have those two, that is a really good sign that you do have an authentic box. Now, when authenticating the sneakers, guys, if there is any of these steps that are missing, that is a major red flag. I've watched tons of videos, guys, and I haven't seen any of these steps that were missing in any of the authentic pairs that people were claiming that they had on YouTube. So just keep that in mind. Step 1 was the box. Step 2 is the lace bags. The lace bags are very important. They should stay consistent all in all to most Jordan 1s. As you can see, if I compare the lace bags on this Jordan 1 SB New York City to Paris, the lace bags are pretty much identical to the Travis Scott Jordan 1s that I picked up from Stockx. So if you have good tight lace bags, that is a good sign. Moving on to step 3. If you pull back the tongue on your Travis Scott Jordan 1s, you should have a code underneath. My code says BG3T7 number MS712T. Now, if I pull it back on the right pair, you can see where the red stitching begins, but you can pretty much barely see the code, as you can see here. But if you can see the code, that is a good sign. Moving on to step 4. Now, this is a critical step, and that is the Wings logo. The Wings logo should not be touching the white part of the sneaker, but it is very close on the Travis Scott Jordan 1. If the Wings logo is barely touching, or if there is a very big gap there that you can fit your finger through, that is a major red flag when it comes to authenticating your sneakers. On the upper part of the sneaker, in between the swoosh and the Wings logo, there is a small little black part that's on all Jordan 1s. On the Travis Scott Jordan 1s, at the very bottom, there should be a brown stitch all the way across. This is something that fake pairs have not picked up on yet. The fifth step in authenticating these sneakers is the stitching on the tongue. One, the positioning. You should be able to put, I'd say, a thumb length, depending on how big your hands are, in between the Nike Air and the stitching right below it. And the stitching right below it should not go to the Cactus Jack logo. It should stop just short of it, as you can see here. Moving on to step 6. Now with Jordan 1s, you either have one-piece soles or two-piece soles. With the Travis Scott Jordan 1, it is a one-piece sole. Now you should have inconsistency in the paint. If you do have perfect paint all around, that is a red flag when it comes to authentication. You should see inconsistency in the brown paint going into the yellow of the sole. Now step 7 is not only for the Travis Scott Jordan 1, but it is for all Jordan 1s. All Jordan 1s have a unique sole where the left shoe, if you're looking at it from the back, if you tilt it backwards, it's pretty much flat. And the right shoe should always tilt to the right a lot. I'm not sure exactly why the Jordan 1 sole is designed like this, but on all Jordan 1s, the right shoe should tilt back a lot to the right. Now, if your sneaker has successfully made it through step 1 through 7, we're almost there. We have 3 more steps to go, and this is a critical part of the video, and we're gonna do that with a black light. When we take the black light and we shine it on the Nike Air logo on the tongue, it should light up. Now if we shine the black light into the inside of the sneaker, we shine it on the Cactus Jack logo and the Nike Air logo on the insoles of the sneakers, they should not light up. And then as you can see, when we put it back on the Nike Air logo, it is lighting up. And the last step to authenticating your Travis Scott Jordan 1s with the black light is put the light on the sole. The sole of the sneaker should light up. Now, if you were unsure what exactly I mean by the sole glowing, as you can see, the Travis Scott Jordan 1 is obviously glowing. I compared this to an Air Max that I had laying around. Now I'm gonna switch this out to the Jordan 1 Crimson Tint. As you can see, the sole on the Crimson Tint is also glowing, and the paint on the Crimson Tint color is also glowing, but more specifically the stitching, the white stitching on the Crimson Tint is glowing, and it is not on the Travis Scott Jordan 1. So when it comes to authenticating these beautiful Travis Scott Jordan 1s, that's all the steps. If it passes all 10 of those steps, you do have an authentic pair of sneakers. Now, if you do want to preserve these beautiful sneakers or any of the sneakers in your collection, be sure to head over to Reshoevn8r and use the code SNEAKERHUDDLE for 10% off your order. That's all for today, guys. If you haven't, please do hit that subscribe button to stay 100% up to date on all hype sneaker releases. God bless each and every one of you and have a great day.